everyone. Yay! Guess what we get to do today?
What do we get to do?
The fully vaccinated people get to take off our mask. What a gift. What a gift. I think we are here in Colorado and everybody is so excited about it.
Woohoo! Thank you, Fauci, and all the other great healthcare workers that have got us to, we are nearly at herd immunity. Almost 50% of Americans have had at least one shot. So it's good.
Isn't that great?
It is great.
This is Lori, everybody. We decided to bring her on right off the bat. We have Lori from the Way of Positive Change.
Yahoo!
I am going to hand it over to her because I don't know about you, but I can't imagine anybody not knowing who this wonderful lady is. But I'm going to have her tell us what she does and what happens on her.
Are we going to do that first, or are we going to give love and gratitude?
Well, since she's here, let's do that first, and then we'll go back into the other ones.
Okay, sounds great. Hi, Lori.
Hi, guys. Yeah, I'm a fellow tarot reader in our happy, loving tarot community. And I had my own metaphysical store here in Southwest Florida for 7 years and managed a few others previous to that. And I do readings just like the rest of you. And I usually use the Celtic Cross technique. I also do remote view and did lots of classes in the store at nighttime in the evenings where we did exercises. So we're going to do a little bit of that. And I'm so very grateful to have you host, Sheila and Whimsy. It's a great pleasure to meet you. I'm happy to be here with both of you wonderful ladies and all of our tarot family. Yay!
Yay! Yes. I've been watching you for over a year. I remember I watched you when you had your office downtown in Florida. Somewhere I've been watching you for quite some time. So thank you for coming on.
Yep. Had to close the office because of the COVID, and I haven't gone back. And I don't think I'm going back, and probably until tourist season, the beginning of tourist season.
Well, to be honest with you, I see that you felt 10 times comfortable more at home than you ever did in your office, to be honest with you. Once you got home, I was like, ooh, I enjoy her a lot better at home. So
that's
I don't know what that means.
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Thanks. The acoustics are better in my office, but then here, because I have cathedral ceilings here, even though it's a small home. So there's some
echoing and all that good stuff going on.
That's okay.
All right. So we also have the Dr. Whimsy in the house.
Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. We have so many amazing people here. Do I get to give gratitude now to everybody?
Yes, please go for it.
That's my favorite part. All right. Hello to Greeter TK, Teresa Cole. Thank you so much for being here today. Diane T is in the house. P44 Chippo is in the house. Welcome, welcome, Brenda Robbins. And Jay Mart, all vaxxed up and ready to take my show on the road. Good for you. Bo Smith is in the house. Deb Ann is in the house. Laura C is a member, and we are glad she is here, as is GM Dave. And we're going to keep saying hi to people as we go along. But back to you, Sheila. Boy, I'm excited about the hot topic subjects. You have some amazing remote views that are coming out of North Korea. Can you share a little bit of that with us today?
Well, it's been on my mind. It's almost like a forced remotes. I know everybody has experienced this, but it has been really on my mind. So there is something going on from there. The energy is bumping up, and it's just on there. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. I don't want to, it's like either he's going to fight or he's going to deflect. Either he's, is he alive? There's just a whole bunch of energy going on. I've been listening to this one lady who deflected from North Korea. She's on YouTube, and she's been pretty much filling in all of the gaps of what I've been thinking about what's going on and how it all works over there, how poor they are, how, they're starving, they're in need of deep and desperate help. The people there, they are taught to hate America, but yet they're hoping that America also saves them, because they're just, there's something big going on. We're just going to have to keep an eye on it for sure.
The conditions are horrible. You know, I've done remote views of the Northwest side. I mean, starvation. One of the people that did defect, excuse me, he took his chance. One of the soldiers that was guarding South Korea, you know, to run those few steps. I think he was shot several times. He lived. But when he got to the hospital, they found he was riddled with parasites, and his health was in extremely poor condition. And it was heartbreaking to see how sick the soldiers were because they didn't have even basic medical care.
They're extremely tiny people. Really, really tiny people, and it's probably due to the lack of nutrition for them to grow. Now, the one thing that hit me that started to wake me up was that conductor who was assassinated. I wanted to know why he was assassinated. What could he have done? And what he did was he was doing a show for the Kims, is what they're called, the Kims, and somebody had said something like he didn't like it, he didn't like how he did it, and he did a snarky little remark to, like, either he thought he was his friend or whatever, and whoever it was went and told the Kims that he said this little snarky little remark, and that's what got him assassinated. And I thought that was what awoke me because of the injustice of it all. My empathicness kind of, I guess, honed in on that. And then I've been paying attention to it ever since. Like, there's something that we need to pay attention to. He's not like I don't think he's prepared to come after the United States, but I think he's prepared to be a nuisance and a bother and cause havoc before he may or may not deflect out of there and go hide.
You mean defect?
Defect. Sorry, defect.
So you think see, most people that are going in are saying he's either in a vegetative state or dead. You think he's alive and well, or what do you think?
I feel his energy there. So there's two things that could be going on, and I want to have Lori tell us about hers here in a minute. There's two things going on. So I can feel the presence of the acknowledgement that he's alive. Now, that could be two things. He's either dead and they have somebody else in his place who look a lot like him, acting like him, this, that, and the other. I would pick up on that. When he was removed for a while, I did feel that he had gone, or his, like he was passed, he was on to the other side. So this is like confusing, which is the way they want it to do. They throw out the energy that they want everybody to believe. And if I'm not careful, I will believe the energy that they're throwing out. You see what I mean? We can get misinformation as well if we're not careful.
Right, because we're picking up thought forms, and that the person whose thoughts we're picking up may not have all the information.
Yep.
So you're absorbing their emotions, their thoughts and feelings, and it may not necessarily have anything to do with objective reality. I mean, like Donald Trump, if you use HCRV, you can get into what people's thoughts are, but it doesn't necessarily have to do with objective reality.
Right, because we have to only what they believe in. Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So, Lori, I want to. What have you gotten in these with your HRV about the North Korea?
I feel that China is going to be putting in a bid to overtake them. Ooh, and that his sister, whatever her name is in charge at this moment with another male top military leader.
Yeah, I got something similar. Do you think he's alive? What do you think's going on with Kim Jong-un?
When I did readings on him before, I kept getting the Four of Swords, and I felt that vegetative state, and I just feel that he is not in his full capacity. He's incapacitated in some way.
And they are truly a people of show. Like this, don't let this make us look weak. They take pictures to send off to the other people to make it look everything is good. They do a lot of showing.
Right. Well, that's the propaganda.
Yep.
And she heads it.
She is the propaganda queen.
Right. Well, what's come out is that he had a very complicated escape route that he was planning.
Correct.
So that he was gonna, when I did a remote on that, it was like, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds, have facial surgery, and flee to Switzerland. I know that he and his sister went to school in Switzerland. They spent years in Switzerland, speak the language. It would be good place for them to flee to if it gets to that point. I feel like if the military takes over and works out some kind of peace deal with the United States and China, that they will have to send the Kims in exile, because their presence in North Korea is such that it wouldn't work.
Right. They would have to dissolve. So they may be feeling the rest of the world coming for them. Like, you've got to stop treating your people like this.
Yeah, I think she feels cornered.
Yeah. Yeah, because
what information did you get on Kim Jong, Lori? Did you get any specific energy on her? Or?
On her, I feel that she feels cornered. She's afraid of Biden. She's afraid of the leader of South Korea and also China. I just feel that she's striking out, gasping, sinking, gasping, trying to grab at anything.
There's a sound issue.
Desperate.
Yeah.
I hear both of you fine.
I know.
There's sometimes an echo. It's sometimes an echo, but that happens. So there are a lot of questions, and there's a lot going on. Hamas, which is firing on Israel using Katyusha rockets. Hamas, which is a wing of the Iranian army. They basically, for all intents and purposes, are occupying Gaza. They've been firing at the Israelis. The Israelis have been responding back. According to the Jerusalem Post, the Israelis are rejecting the ceasefire from Hamas because the fact that Hamas has not ceased fire yet. Anybody have any opinions about that and how it's going to play itself out?
I myself have not gotten into that energy today and yesterday. I have two cousins in the IDF that are in the Gaza Strip right now, both a female and a male cousin. And so I think I just will let you guys comment on that, because I'm heavily invested there.
Yeah,
emotionally invested.
I don't blame you. That's too much. Because then the what's going on with them. So let's go to a lighter note. I have a few things.
Okay, great.
For one thing, I went to my apothecary down in Manitou Springs in Colorado, and I walked in there and I said, I need something for my allergies. So what they did was, and you can get these cups on the line.
Oh, very nice.
What they did was they gave me this mushrooms.
Oh.
Do you know? Yep. And then they gave me can you read that? Ginkgo
biloba.
Yeah.
Ginkgo biloba.
How do you say that?
Ginkgo biloba.
See, there you go. That's what that is. And then the nettles. So I make a tea, and then they gave me some local honey. So that's what I'm drinking, and it has really, really helped with my allergies. With my allergies, yeah. And everything was respectfully sourced, and it is all also local, so that really helps as well. So
very nice.
I know, isn't that great? Also, I have one more thing. I received, I even have the Queen on there. Do you see the Queen on there?
Yeah,
international.
Yes, beautiful lady. Yeah.
Yep. So this is pretty cool. I got to brag on this girl. So she also made my card. Do you see that? Personally made my card with a doggy on it. Oh, after my own heart. And let me see if I can get her name. Is it I think it's Maruka. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna try to get her name right. I'm so sorry, dear. Maybe somebody else. Gigi or something. And anyways, she also gave me a little necklace, like a 4-leaf clover necklace from Ireland.
Oh my goodness.
I know, she spoiled me. And
Wow.
she gave me some things from my homeland is what she did.
Aww.
That noise is probably driving people crazy right about now, but oh well. Hang on. It's like opening up a bag of chips in church. Look at this.
Wow. Cute.
Isn't that beautiful?
Sweet, very sweet.
It is gorgeous. But if you
It
wear that in
is.
Ireland, everyone's going to know you're a tourist. That's the problem.
Yes, I know. Well, I wear a lot of touristy things in Colorado, and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm a native." They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "I like Colorado, all right." All right, guys. I just wanted to brag a little bit. Oh, and then she gave me the hail. This is the Hail the Glorious to St. Patrick's. So this is the St. Patrick's Saint. Also,
You drove the snakes out of Ireland.
Yes. And she, can you read that? Can you read her name? Because anybody else can read that name. What does that say?
Jackie?
Jackie.
Does it say Jackie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie. I love and light and good of Jackie. Okay. So you guys understand that when somebody has dyslexia, sometimes some people's handwritings are really confusing to me and they don't look right. So that's the reason why I do that. But Jackie, so this is what.
And
she
you know what
does
else
too.
we know? Do you know what else we know as doctors and educators about people with dyslexia and dyscalculia? They tend to have higher than average IQ.
Yes, because we have to modify everything to fit in this world.
You know, there's a lot of people that are famous that had dyslexia. Sylvester Stallone has dyslexia. You know,
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone, yeah.
So there's
a lot of people, they were thought of as stupid or picked on, but they just had dyslexia. Are we ready to do some blitzes? Y'all want to do some blitzes, or are we off to doing something else? I'm ready for the blitzes if other people are.
Are we ready? Are we ready for the blitzes? Have we gotten through that? Does anybody else have anything to brag on or say? Or
Well, I have beautiful gifts, but I'm going to wait till Sunday on my show to thank people for the wonderful gifts. All right. So many questions were pre-sent. So we're going to start with those first. This first question comes from Carol Bastian. Hi, Carol, and thanks for asking the question. The Russians who hacked the Colonial pipeline. Oh, did it finally get leaked that it was Russia? Because I did a remote that it was either Russia or North Korea. It was in retaliation. The pipeline hacking was in retaliation for trying to shut down Putin's oil. That's what it looked like in the. So the Russians who hacked the Colonial pipeline won and were paid $5 million ransom. What can the U.S. do to protect us from this type of cyber warfare in the future? So I guess it did come out that they were Russians.
I did watch a few things that they were talking about them hacking it, and then didn't the company pay the ransom?
Yes.
So now this is a talking point for the Republicans that the Democrats paid the ransom. That's what came out on my feed on Facebook. That they're now telling their base that the Democrats encourage them. We now pay ransom to hackers.
Anybody that gets caught with that ransomware has to pay, and you have to pay in cryptocurrency. You can't. It's not like you can write them a check or anything. You got to pay in Bitcoin usually, and that's what gave Bitcoin the bad name. They do it to hospital systems. They do it to local governments. They do it to all kinds of big institutions. But after we started sanctioning Putin, but they had that when Trump was in, they just walked in and stole a lot of the IT information, right? It was unguarded for how long, Whimsy? How long were they walking around in there?
What was the question? I'm sorry, I'm taking notes.
Well, this is where they jeopardized. Remember, they had come in there and they started taking all of our IT stuff. They went in.
Well,
this is SolarWinds.
Yeah, this is the problem: is that the Russians walked through the front door of our. You know, it's bad, and they've got advanced. They've got some extremely advanced drones that have been spotted over our bases, and they keep cracking jokes about, oh, that must be another alien spacecraft. No, it's another foreign drone that's entering into our. You know, it's bad. It's bad. So
But let's read and see how strong we are against it.
Well, why don't we throw on just the pipeline first? Do you want to
Okay, what's the question about the pipeline?
Will we be able to protect ourselves in the future from such attacks?
Okay.
Just do 3, 4. We'll just do a blitz like 3, 4. Yeah, that's true. What happened was it looks like we had outsourced stuff. We had given contracts to American companies, and then they were cyber hacked. And so unfortunately, those private companies were doing security and were engaged in activities. The pipeline, for example, the government is invested, but it's actually a private company. So what you have a partnership that happened between the US and private companies, and that's where the hackings took place. It looks like there's some type of mobilization trying to happen where they're going to have to completely rehaul all the computer systems and the coding because of the breach. But unfortunately, a lot of stuff escaped the barn. With a chariot, it's like the horses are out of the barn, and then you have the justice system coming in afterwards. So yeah, the justice and the situation is being dealt with, but you've already lost the horses. The good news is that there seems to be some kind of a mobilization here. 4 of Swords also being still, even though right now you're not seeing Americans or Biden reacting aggressively, we're still collecting data with the 4 of Swords. That doesn't show aggressive action on the part of the Americans just yet.
What do you get, Lori?
When I started shuffling, 5 of Wands popped out, which means we are going to be embattled with this, and they're going to try. They absolutely will try. There will be another attempt. However, I think that we are getting the upper hand, and I think we're going to be okay. They'll try. They absolutely will try. And they're going to, but then I feel like they'll walk away. We are getting the upper hand. This is going to take a while, but I feel like that we're getting it.
I also got the backstory where the sun came in, where they highlighted and they saw what we had. They were able to hack, and then because they were going to create chaos and they knew it. I also have the 9 of Cups, which is that satisfaction. They were very happy that what they got and how they got it. But we also have the conflict, like we're going to fight back, the ongoing battle with it. But then we have the Page of Cups, which is that proposal, like we're going to fix it. We're going to have that solving issue. Like they're going to come back around and be able to protect the United States. So it's just going to look ugly before it gets better.
Well, yep. There you have it. Yeah. But I think that, was it you who said that they thought it had to do with was that you, Sheila? You're right. That's exactly what it looks like. They got in through see, we can only protect the American side, but if we're doing business with a company that's doesn't have the best cybersecurity, then we're only as safe as the companies we hire. And that's basically what it looks like.
That's what happened with Solar Winds.
Oh yeah.
That's who the Russians walked in through, was Solar Winds.
Well, you see, what happened was when 45 got into office, he started to lower the standards of all of this stuff. And the reason why, because it costs too much to have a cyber wall, right? Or this, that, and the other. So he started backing up and he started lowering the standards to help the companies lower their costs so they don't have to put up so much stuff to protect. Therefore, it left them vulnerable. And there you go. You know, it's like one part over here brings this part over here. It was weird. Is there any feedback? Do you hear the feedback, or is it just me?
Yeah, because sometimes look, if it has to do with the slowness of the internet, it happens.
I don't have any. I think it's fine on my end, but I mean, we know 45 allowed Putin to do whatever he wanted. We know he did it. We know.
Yeah, we need you to make these people vulnerable over here. Trump goes, okay. Right? That's what he did. I'm going to take out my thing. How is that?
Better, but I don't think it's your fault. I think it has to do with the
There's
internet.
some sort of feedback going on. You know, when your mic was on the other side, we never had that problem. I don't know if your mic is too close to your thing or not.
No, it's you. You have it. It's not my mic. It's the feedback happens when the I think when the internet is slow. Now mine's not. I don't have an echo.
But when I'm talking, it comes up. But I don't have anything. I don't have.
Do you live in do you live in the mountains? Do you live in a mountainous area?
Nope. Nope. I do not.
Oh.
But when you are plugged in, though, Sheila, your mouth and your words match and are in unison with one another. When you take
now
them
they're
off, they are not. So I would put them in. I don't see enough comments here to warrant taking them off. I think pretty much everybody's okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm sorry I can't find the question right now, but I wanted to thank this individual for the question. Yes, and Tom Cruise also has dyslexia. That's true. And there's a lot of famous people that have dyslexia. The guy from Northern Exposure, he's really cute. He was the boyfriend from Sex and the City. He has dyslexia. He's so cute. I had the weird crush on that guy from Sex and the City. The guy
was Mr. Big. Oh,
yeah,
no,
the guy who marries the girl from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. He has this. He's very open about having dyslexia, and he says that because he couldn't read the cue cards, he would sit there and he just turned his character into a philosopher, contemplating. Because what he was really doing was trying to figure out what the hell the cue cards saying. Yeah, he's awesome. Okay, so this question came up, and I apologize if I can't find it right now. There it is. Laura C. writes, please read on Bill Maher. He just tested positive for COVID, even though he's fully vaccinated. Well, I have a pretty good idea. I know what happened. I think that what happened is he probably got his final shot. He probably was exposed to COVID before he had complete immunity. So it takes a couple weeks after the second shot. So he'll probably have a mild reaction because he's in great shape. But you want to throw on it?
Bill Barr or Bill Maher?
I'm sorry, Bill Maher, the
Yes,
comedian.
Right.
Okay. Guess that was our celebrity question too, because I couldn't find one today. Couldn't find a celebrity question. He's probably going to test negative in a couple of days. He had a mild exposure. He had a mild exposure to someone who had COVID before his body had built up enough antibodies. But because he already had the antibodies, he'll probably be fine in about 2-3 days. You can see the cards. He starts with victory. He's already fine. It's kind of a joke. You know, you get exposed to somebody at your work that has it, you test positive, but you have enough antibodies to clear it. And then you can see 2 weeks are a little rough. He probably caught it a couple of weeks ago. He's resting, and maybe he took some foolish rest. He might have had a dinner party that was maskless, or exposure to a girlfriend or somebody who had it. And he just didn't wait long enough, but it'll clear in a couple of days, it looks like.
Sheila, can you say something? You're muted. There we go.
I swear.
How is that?
Your sound is off. I think what's
I'm
happening
going out
is
and I'm
that
coming back in.
I think it has to do with Denver, Colorado has really some difficulties with their, and that's what it is.
We do have NORAD right here, and I literally live right under NORAD. Every once in a while, when things get high and hyped up in the country, my remote control to my garage will go wacky. I mean, whatever they're doing up there, everybody's garage doors, all the remotes go crazy. It's a true story. So, hang on, let me go back out and come back in.
All right. Well, while she's doing that,
Yeah.
I got that Bill Maher will have a little bit of hazed over feeling, and maybe some headaches and may feel a little off kilter. And it could have been also some dehydration, but he'll come out of it okay. He does not feel strong though. He doesn't feel himself. He's weakened by it, but he'll feel okay.
Well, how do you think he got it after being vaccinated? Do you think he already had it when he got his second vaccine?
Let's see. Did he already have it when he received his second vaccine?
We'll see if that works.
Yeah, I think he already did.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had already come upon him. Yep.
Who knows? It could be just a fault. I had somebody here who had a false positive because she tested positive. They were trying to do that 24-hour thing, which is just only like 85% accurate. And then she tested again within the 48 hours, and she tested negative.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
Thank you for that donation, Marie Olga. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else does. All right, are we ready for the next split?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. This question comes from A. She says, "Hi, ladies. Could we look at the future conditions of COVID-19 that are set to, the new variations? Will we be forced to have regular boosters?" So the question is about, will we be seeing, oh, where did our girl go?
Are
you guys back?
You're breaking
Who left?
up. You're breaking up and stalling.
I'm breaking up?
Yeah.
Okay. I could switch to a faster. Am I okay now, or do I need to switch to another router?
You're still like lagging. I don't know what that is. Like it just started. Now it says Whimsy's echoing and you're fading in and out. That's what they say.
Yeah, it could be the position on that screen. I agree with Patricia Simmons. Could be. So what did she, hi, Miss Rebecca.
And look, Noelle is in here. I haven't seen Noelle in forever.
She said earlier in the comments that you had asked about her and that she's there and that she'll be around, and she said hello, dear.
Oh, thank goodness. I missed you. I was like, where did she go? And you know who else I haven't seen in a while is Geek Hillbilly. Have you seen him in a long time?
I don't think he's ever followed me, so I'm not aware of him. Maybe I've seen him a couple of times, but people come in, they have busy, active lives, and
I know. Whimsy's frozen. Oh, there she is.
She's gonna go out and come back in.
See if that works. There she is.
I got kicked out. No, I switched to the fast mesh. Hopefully that's better. Is it better?
Yeah, you're back on normal. So
okay, I switched to 5G.
Okay.
All right. So are we doing a question? Did we answer the question?
We didn't do it yet.
It's the Russians. I don't think so.
All right. So what was the question?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have to look at whether or not there are going to be new variants that are going to require us to have COVID boosters on a regular basis.
That would suck. My daughter got hers, and she had a great big, huge, large, like welt on her arm. But when I got mine, I just had like a soreness. So yeah, I mean, it was like this big on her arm. It was like a welt, and you touched it, and it was really, really warm. So she just had a mild allergy reaction to it, but it was fine. It was normal for around here.
Well, what should she get, the Madeira?
No, the Moderna. Yeah, the Moderna.
Yeah, people are reacting to the Moderna. People are like mad at me. I had a terrible reaction. Really? It's because
Yeah.
I got the Pfizer, which is the green homeopathic one. So I just felt fine with the Pfizer. But a lot of people are reacting to the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was, it was normal. I had like a sore arm, and I could blame my tiredness on it, but it's not. It's my work schedule. So, all right, let's go into the question. I feel like playing for some reason. And hi, Jackie. I just want to say
We
hi,
are
Jackie.
playing because
Let's play.
fun. We're supposed to have fun because this is a positive place with positive people
Correct.
who are happy working together, and we like each other.
Well,
and we want to invite other people to play with us in this wonderful, positive, happy space.
yep. And Nasty Woman, she's Nasty Woman Tarot. She's in, so I wanted to say hello to her too.
Hello, Nasty Woman Tarot. And thank you for creating such a beautiful Tarot community where we can come together and share our love of the Tarot and et
Yeah.
cetera, et cetera. All right.
Yeah. We just got ADD pretty bad today. Squirrel.
We're having fun. We're usually, we didn't, we took we had programming notes. Every week we have to do programming notes. We threw the programming notes.
Bam. Well, everybody should have a pet Gemini to do that for them. You know that? It's time to.
I was looking at the programming notes, and Sheila's like, it's like, okay,
Let's do something
I'm
different.
cool with that.
I asked the question, and we're going to get up on top of it, but we haven't. There will indeed, of course, be more variants, and we're going to feel like, oh crap, here we go again, and we're feeling like, oh, we got ahead of this, we're up and going, and but then we do what we need to do. There's a little bit of fear around it, but then we do what we need to do, and we come up with the booster, and it's all good.
Okay, good. Well, how long we had to have boosters for? What else did we have? Like the polio boosters?
Well,
for years.
The flu, we have to get a booster. I mean, we have to get a new flu shot, and it has it takes on different variant forms.
Yep.
And so we have to get it every year. You have to get a tetanus booster. You have to get there's a few of them you have to get a booster for, but
it's not uncommon for us to.
It's good. We'll be okay.
Yep. I feel trapped and isolated, so I'm wondering if it's going to spike a little, and when they have to roll back a little bit of the freedoms, maybe go back to a mask. Everything else will stay the same. Maybe we'll have to go back to a mask because the vampires, which is the COVID, but we all come out and we have the Queen of Cups, that compassion. We know what to do. We know how to handle it, and we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine as well. What did you get, Whimsy?
I got that Biden has already approved the money for I went into a remote. I looked at the cards and wound up in a remote. The funding is already there for creating boosters for genetic variants. You can see Biden here, and the clarification is the funding. This has created a great partnership between scientists, private, and the government. And then it's successful. You can see here a booster because this is new entrepreneur stuff and scientists. So I'm assuming that's a booster. The thing here is that not everybody, some of the other variants will necessarily have to have a booster. And it looks also like there's going to be availability in certain areas. So you could get your booster from the school nurse, for example. It's going to be a lot easier to get to herd immunity with the mutations based on this cards because you have this as the outcome.
Yeah. And what do you think about my idea? I have been having this in my mind was I think that they're going to come out, and they've already started this, where all the people who have been fully vaccinated they can kind of be freed. Pretty soon, all the people who haven't been vaccinated are going to take advantage of that. They are. And so everybody's just gonna probably start taking off their masks, and we're gonna have spikes in some places and it'll be proven like you didn't get the shot. And I think that's why they're trying to push. Somebody tests positive over here after they've been vaccinated. That's probably why they're trying to push this out so that they don't get caught. Like, you know what I mean? If it goes up, like, see, it didn't work. And I think that's why we keep on hearing a little bit about that. That's just my idea on that. I personally, if you don't get the shot and you have a solution and you don't use it, what do you think?
I'm upset about the genetic variations that we're seeing. That's what's got me so upset, because right now we have such a large population of people that are vulnerable in India, for example. So the opportunity for this to change, what happens when a virus jumps from host to host is that it runs the risk of changing its genetic coding. And then the next thing you know, you've got a new monster, or you've got 100 new monsters, or 1,000 new monsters as this thing takes off and produces gosh knows what. And so that's the problem when everybody says, oh, I'm not going to get vaccinated, is you're pretty much guaranteeing that this nightmare is never going to end. That's the concern.
Well, at some point in time, what do you think, Lori? At some point in time,
I think we get it. You know, I think we go a little bit backwards. I think there's a lot of fear around it, and I think the bullies that won't get vaccinated and are anti-vaxxers, I know there's some people that are just protective over their children, but there's a lot of DeSantis, Trump people here in Florida. You know, let's face it, they didn't comply ever. So there's going to be some problems, but I think we're going to get it. We're just going to have to get around the people who don't want to comply. You know, they're just going to be forever Trumpers, and they're these entitled people that don't think they have to wear a mask to protect you or I or anyone else in their family, and they're just going to continue to do what they're doing. Now, I went out today because we're getting things for the big party tomorrow, and Publix, our major chain that supports Ron DeSantis and the heiress that supported the big January 6th rally. I love Florida. So Publix still mandated it, and I also went in Fresh Market, and they still mandated it. So you know, each company, but they're going to run into these angry Trumpy people. There's going to be some conflict probably.
I agree. But I keep on thinking to myself, how can I put this gently? I don't care if you don't get it or not. I am vaccinated. My family is vaccinated. I know the variance is out there. I understand the risks they're being taken, but I'm so sick and tired of I'm not taking it. And I just want to look at them like, I don't care anymore if you take it or not. You know, you have a solution. If you don't want the solution, I can't worry about your health anymore. If you don't care about your own health, neither do I. You know, trying to be it as softly and gently as I can.
There you go. Well said, Sheila.
Well, this question is kind of related, and it comes from Tina Ferrucci. Hi, Tina. Thanks for your question. She writes, what is the likelihood of Ron DeSantis will be able to stop indictments and possible arrest of Trump?
That's what I wanted to know, too, that while Lori was on. Do you think he's going to be able to do any of that?
I think that's an excellent question. I watched Glenn Kushner bring that up yesterday, and I saw that in my car when I was running around. So I think we should ask it, because he's going to do whatever he can to protect Trump. Whatever. I mean, he's been kissing his behind forever. But he's going to have a big problem, because we're about ready to have a huge water crisis here on both coasts from the Lake Okeechobee with the blue-green algae and meet up with the red tide, which will be reminiscent of 2018 horrific oceanic loss of marine life and tourism. So he's going to get hit hard. He's not doing it. He won't. And there's more algae in the lake this year than there was in 2018. So he is going to get hit hard. I don't think he'll be able to be reelected. Of course, he's going to want to go for president. So.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just look at DeSantis' future to start with? What his karma is? Because that makes me curious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do DeSantis karma first.
And I call him DeSatan, just
DeSatan. Okay.
DeSatan.
I'm on it. I get it. Mr. DeSatan.
Mr. DeSatan, what you doing? Who you be?
Who you be? What you doing?
What you doing? What you did?
Okay.
Good Lord. Money, investment in whatever it is that he's doing down there. He's invested in Trump. Trump has invested in him. The investments, they're entangled. I also got the 7 of Swords, the scam, the cheating, the thieving. Oh, this guy. And then I got the 4 of Swords. So time out. He's going to get timed out somehow, some way. He's going to be shut down. Something is going to take him down, and maybe it is a water problem, but he is definitely going to be, and he's a hanged man. He's a marked hanged man.
Oh, God.
That's what I got.
Oi, gewaltig mir. I agree with you, Lori. I don't think this guy has a future. I mean, this is the gap stop, but there's also money here, and it has to do with some kind of an exposure. Look at this, the exposed, the light, la luna, right? What is there's actually a name for this in Spanish, the lady of the moon, la luna, la señorita, anyway, it has to do with the hidden knowledge, and then multiple stuff. There's stuff coming out about DeSantis that's really not good. Look at that. And this also has a second aspect to it, the 8 of Wands, where it can be strife or multiple attacks happening quickly, right? It's also the time of August, if you're reading Wands as months, which I do. You know what this looks like to me as a remote viewer? It looks like he got into a car, a race car. He drove it at 200 directly into a steel wall.
Wow.
I think Mysteries and Secrets come out too. I also got that Mysteries and Secrets. So what did you get, Lori?
I think he's just headed for a boatload of trouble. He's always been in on that dark money, and he's always just so self-absorbed, all about himself, all about what he wants. You know, it was all about Trump, but he used that, you know, but he's in for a lot of big trouble. Now, of course, we know Matt Gaetz, Florida, Joel Greenberg, tax collectors turning on Gaetz and said even today, that he's going for a plea deal. And I believe there's so much in this that he gets wrapped up in this somewhere as well, because there is a lady involved here, but he didn't watch what he was doing. So I think very much like what Whimsy said, he drove it right into that he just wasn't watching where he was going, and I think he's in trouble.
God.
I want to read and see if he's connected to the Gaetz and the Green scandal.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, his life is over.
It is bad. What did you get, Lori?
You guys go first. I'm just laying my cards down now.
Go ahead, Win.
Oh, God, he's got a
Evidence is pretty bad. You can see a 3 of Pentacles. When I saw this card a lot was when the FBI was showing evidence when they were charging people during when the investigation. I used to get this all the time. This was like FBI people showing evidence. Offer to cooperate. I think the problem with DeSantis is I don't think he did necessarily directly participate, but these cards suggest that he has enough information about illegal activity and The main thing they're after, again, is the money. He knows something regarding illegal money activity in Florida, and I think he's going to get deposed. So that's not good. It's money that takes him out. It's where he got his money and who he's helping. This is the swindler's card.
I also got mysteries, secrets, again on him. Mysteries and secrets coming out. Refusing an offer. Like he is not going to take an offer. He's trying to manipulate. He got the magician. He's trying to manipulate the whole situation. But his karma, it's all coming around. It's like he's in the path of the problem. He's in the path. The ambitions of the law is going to come after him. It's almost like they all have known all of this, and now that they are able to go forward with convicting them all, they're one step at a time, one person at a time. Yeah. All right.
Okay, so I got something really similar to what Whimsy got. He is aware. He's lawyered up. He's already got with an attorney. He's aware. He has the information, and he will have to depart with it. He will not do it right now. But so he could be, is it culpable negligence? What is it when you know what happened and you didn't do anything? There's still a charge for that. But he is involved with the Pootie money. The Pootie money in the GOP, he will be tied to that, absolutely. But he does know about the sex with Matt Gaetz, the lust card with the strength card here. But yes, absolutely, he knows. And
yep, I also got the lust card as well. Yep, I got that. All right, so the next question.
He's going to have Gaetz is going to have a female judge. Look at that.
wow.
Click on Gaetz. Do you guys want to do one on Gaetz to see what's going to happen to him?
Well, let's do the original question was, is he going to be able to keep them from coming down and arresting or whatever Trump? I wonder if he's going to be able to stand in the way of that before we move on to Gaetz. Yeah, to Satan.
Okay.
Because that was the original question. So
Okay.
let's ask that one.
Sorry, we squirreled. Squirrel. All right.
Mila's snoring.
All right, will DeSantis get in the way of them taking Trump out of the Mar-a-Lago?
It's called the derelict of duty. If you see a crime and you didn't do what you're supposed to do as an official lawmaker. Thank you, Jackie.
The main thing I get is that DeSantis' popularity in Florida is quite bad, isn't it? Is he losing popularity?
He is now because of the looming water crisis right now. He's losing. He's starting to lose right now. Oh, he started to lose in the pandemic, but he's losing more now because of the water crisis. That hits Florida in the pocket. So he didn't hold his promise.
I actually don't know. Was it you, Lori, that said that he might not be reelected, or that he's that I see lost confidence, defensive? He may not want to run again, and I don't think he can support Trump, because the truth of the matter is, the closer he gets to the Trump, the more he gets implicated. You can see a 5 of Swords trying to get away from the battle, feeling like he's going to wind up in jail himself. The 9 of Wands is the jailer's card, and then it's regarding Trump, who's the. I think that if look, the writing's on the wall. If this guy has half a brain, he won't have anything to do with Trump. The more he helps the Trump, the closer he is to a jail cell. Look at that.
This is what I got. They go to DeSantis. We have this, and we have this. You're going to let us go get Trump. And he's going to go. Because I got the devil. He's tied up. I got mysteries. I got secrets again on this guy. Lots of secrets. I also got the 10 of Wands, the burden. they have the burden of the proof, right? The burden of the proof. They will be able to, in satisfactory, that they're satisfied with the evidence and the stuff that they have against him. And he's also has that luck. Luck is going to be on your side, dude. You let us come and get the big boy, we might let you slide. Maybe you'll get lucky. What did you get?
I think he is so self-absorbed that he will do anything to get up on top. He wants to be the star. He wants it all. He has a wish. He wants it all. He'll try to manipulate. He'll tell Trump, I'm going to help you. And then he'll tell the feds, bring it and you can have them.
Exactly. I think it's people are kind of worried about that. It just sounds weird. It's almost like in his mind, well, if you take Trump, that means I become important. I'm the one that becomes the boss around here. I'm from Florida.
He could have he'll have some words that'll be a little sketchy first, I think, from what I just saw and what you two both saw. But then I think he'll say, well, then he'll flip because he wants it. He wants to be the president. Yeah.
I don't think he'll make it, but
He's
I really want to do, I want to do a real deep dive into Matt Gaetz. Like, I know we do blitzes, but can we just really do one down and dirty on Gaetz and all of the creepy people associated with him?
Yeah, I'll do a solid Celtic cross on that. Yep.
We're going to do something really, just take a real hard look at Gaetz, the people associated with Gaetz, and just how big this thing goes and how this whole thing is going to go down.
Okay.
This is fun. This is fun.
Of course it is.
And thank you everyone who's donating, and thank you everyone who joined, and thank you everyone who's liked and subscribed. We appreciate all of it.
And go subscribe to Lori. Okay, go now.
The way of positive
Go do
change.
it.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
She's a great reader, a beautiful soul, and we are here to lift her up. Because that's what we do here. We lift people up.
Yay.
Well, it's like you rise, I rise, we all rise.
That's right. That's the philosophy here at the Remote View.
Right.
We are here to empower.
And everybody's talents and all readers are doing something for someone. So we have to respect that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, if we do that or my talents don't do that or, whatever. It doesn't matter. If a reader is helping someone, that's our basis of love for all the readers. So
Yeah, we complement each other.
correct.
All the gifts.
Thank you, Sharon.
Hey, thank you, Sharon Coons. Quite generous here.
Okay.
Celtic cross on Gaetz.
Yeah. I don't
It's
think
going to happen fast. It's going to unravel fast.
I'm curious if anybody gets handcuffs on this boy.
Oh, I got some chains. I got a tower.
sex addiction, man.
I got drugs. I got lies. I got rumors. I got gossip. I got spying. And it happens fast.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lori.
But, and I there's that plea deal, I think, with Greenberg. So
The definitely ending of it all.
Oh, God. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
what have you got?
Oh, my God. Well, first off, the thing about Gaetz is Gaetz has an actual addiction. This is a card that has to do with codependence and specifically sex addiction. You're chained to this. This is the problem with this. This is also porn addiction. This is somebody who can't stop. But here's his karma. Oh, not good. Y'all know what the King of Wands is. I seek justice absolute, right? The leader comes in. This is also Bob Mueller's card. So it's somebody who's very, very strong, that takes charge of a situation, that has a strong ethos. I think that prosecutors feel that they have a very strong case. I think that they feel quite righteous. And I think this guy's in a lot of trouble. And you can see here Prosecution is just about ready to file criminal charges. You can see the karma card here, and the judgment is right over him. So we're looking at Gaetz probably being charged relatively soon. I think he does have some heads up because we have a past placement of the justice, which leads me to suspect that he will have an opportunity either to turn himself in with his lawyer present or something like this. But he's been notified that he's probably going to have to turn himself in with a justice card. The fact that the sun is what he's sitting in, they have everything. They have everything. He originally was told to lay low while this was going on, but the other in opposition to him, is the authorities. Well, the authorities have the treasure trove. His hope and his fear, what's the negative aspect of the Ten of Pentacles? The negative aspect of the Ten of Pentacles is dirty little secrets, dirty little family secrets, creepy. The final outcome, he's going to lose a lot. This guy's losing a lot. Look, he's got 2 cups remaining, so he might be able to salvage some kind of life after this. But he's not the only one being charged. I'm seeing at least 5 people going to prison. You've got a 5 of Wands coming in. It's bad. Gaetz is not the only one going to jail. Aren't there 13 Congress people affiliated? And I'm seeing at least 5 being charged. They're toast.
I think they're in trouble with the sex ring for entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
Correct.
But I think they're in trouble. I have never seen Matt Gaetz staying in jail. I can see him in cuffs going in with his pizza box like he did in the skiff, but I don't see him staying there. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't see him staying there.
All right. So what I got here was collaboration. Did you already go, Lori?
We both went, yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't jumping. I also got teamwork. That's what they've been working on, teamwork. Everybody's collaborating, everybody's talking, everybody's doing what they need to do. That's the basis of of what's going on. I also have seeking the big picture. You're absolutely right, Whimsy. They're seeking the big picture. Not only Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz might be a small fish in this whole thing, but they're going after a bigger and more and more. So they're seeing the big picture, and it's going out. We also have balancing of the forces. He keeps on thinking that he's going to get away with it. He literally thinks that he is intelligent. He has the money. He's going to, because this is the top of it. This is what he believes in his head, that he's going to be fine. I also have the Queen of Wands, which is the ambitious and the political. At the base of that, he's thinking that that politically, all of his people are not going to allow him to go, that he's going to be able to just... I don't know how his base means. It's like nobody's going to allow me to be indicted. Nobody's going to allow me to be in trouble. I also got the Sun, and I also got the Hierophant, the guidance. The authorities have been guided, and they know exactly what they're doing. The Sun, the highlight. I also got Judgment. He's got Judgment on his side, and I too got the Devil. And I also got the Star, which he's going to go through a difficult phase. So yeah, I too see it. Trouble. I wish I could get him in prison, but at least we gotten closer to him being in trouble and possibly arrested. I don't know. Has that ever happened has a political figure ever been arrested?
Yes, many times. There's a lot of Congress people that have been arrested and charged for sex offenses.
Really? Because I don't remember any, and that's what, that doesn't mean anything just because I don't remember any. But I don't remember any.
He'll get some other ones too. He'll be tied. Sorry, Sheila, I didn't.
Yeah, he will. No, it's
okay. He'll get tied into some Pooty GOP. He may have gone on the Lolita for all we know. You know, he could have easily. He's in the group. There'll be more. This is just the beginning of his.
And this is what I see.
Yeah, multiple people.
I see him getting like, you're coming for me. Well, what about him?
Yeah. This is like multiple. This isn't my ensemble card because it's also a theater card where the actors are constructing the stage to perform. That's why nobody's actually hitting each other. So this also doubles as an ensemble theater card. The fact that this is something took place that involved multiple, it was constructed, multiple people are going to jail. That's how I would interpret it.
Yeah, and I think he has threatened other GOP members. You know, I know this about you, and I know this about you, and if I go to jail, you're coming with me.
I think that's what my card is that politically, he thinks that nobody's going to allow him to go.
Well, they've already got one guy to turn. The guy that's already going to turn, he's getting a minimum of 10 years for human trafficking, according to the attorneys. And I see a female judge there because the Queen of Wands came up.
Good.
This is not going well for these people.
All right, so let's see.
Sorry, but I just feel like the divine feminine is just so fed up. And she's just like, it's just like, you know.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into, since we did Gaetz, that was Gaetz, right? Because we got into what he thought and what's going to happen to him. Now let's get into the energy of what they know. Let's see what comes up.
Okay, so we're doing a throw. Are we doing a blitz or are we doing a full Celtic?
So I think a full Celtic.
Okay.
So let's do a full Celtic because let's see what the prosecutors know about him. Like, what are they going to come for him for? That gives a different energy, let me tell you.
All right. We're trying to see inside the investigation on Matt Gaetz and.
Correct. Because when we get into Matt Gaetz, he's going to throw, he throws out magic, like he, deflects and all that. But the prosecutors, let's get into that. Like I did with the jury for George Floyd, I got into that energy to see what was going on.
That you were like the star remote viewer on YouTube that day because everyone was like, "Oh my God!" You were doing the quick technique. You're like, boom, 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 boom.
I did. I heard that they went, and I wanted to gather that information right then and there to see what they're heading into the deliberation for. So
great work and very impressive.
Thank you. I also got that it was only going to be a day and a half, but I forgot to say it.
Yeah, well, the thing about doing a remote, like you rushed that remote. You had to rush it because
I did.
Because I think you and I both had the same thing. You feel like it's going to be announced. I got to get
in there quick. Yep.
But my target was the woman that was undecided. That was the alternate. That was who I was able to get. So
I'm glad that she did not participate.
Well, it looks to me, I'll go first. It looks to me like they were monitoring this kind of activity for a really long time. The thing is that the FBI intercepts phone calls of this type. They've got like a special branch that looks at things just on the case of human trafficking. I'm seeing a lot of people being arrested. You have a 7 of Wands as the base of the matter, which is multiple attacks, defending against, and not just multiple people, but multiple allegations. The fact that the karma card for the FBI is a star card should not bode well for the people that are trying to get away with this, because the star, first off, the star is to shine the light on something. It also can be like a star witness. If you have a star, you don't want to have a star over you if you've just been deposed. For example, that would be a bad omen for the star, right? The spotlight's on you, or the hermit card, spotlight. So a spotlight is on them, and here's the thing that's really crazy about this. It was a relationship between people that were kind of drunk on power, because the moon card is like lunacy. It was like a family of crazy. So they got together and because they were all crazy, they told themselves it was no big deal. So they did it because they all felt that it was completely okay. There was something about taking money or movement of money that also got caught. You can see a 2 of Pentacles sitting in the third house, what they sit in, and that's the juggler of coin, the con artist. So it's possible that Matt Gaetz was actually making money this way by taking a couple $100 here, so you can watch the orgy. If you can't participate because you don't have enough money to participate, and so he's making money like he did when he was a frat boy. This is awesome. I got an audience. This is the creep juggling the coin. The fact that they've got a 9 of Swords moving into the 4th house, and here she is again, female judge. he's going to have to go before a female.
Wow.
Yeah. They've got an Ace of Swords in their 7th house. This is a pretty ironclad case with the hope and the fear. Mainly, it's just collecting data, and then the final outcome for them, the Hierophant or the Constitution, they won.
What did you get, Lori?
Well, I asked, if it was going to be, what does anybody have on him? And I get a connection to the attack on the Capitol. So I get that's going to come out very, very clearly. I also get drugs, for sure. So most specifically, cocaine. That's my card for 5 of Pentacles. And other members of Congress that he got involved with girls and parties and lies and drinking and just like Whimsy saw, there's gonna other people, and this is the parties, they weren't just by themselves. So, and he's going to try to defend himself, but I think ultimately there's something larger that comes down because he ends with the Tower. That's the outcome card. So I think that he may scoot around and make all these threats and try to defend himself to the other GOP members and the things that he has on them. But I still see his Tower coming down. And the end of the end, he's going to have a bad problem. He may be able to avoid jail I think he gets arrested probably, or goes in, brought in on charges, weasels his way around, gets out, threatens other people, but then he gets it again. What have you got?
Okay, so this is the mindset of the prosecutors going into the case, right? So I've tapped into that. I have the karma. It's like the destiny. Like, you guys, you did what you did. We're coming for you. This is karma. This is what we're going to have, but they're worried. They are worried, and the reason why I say that they are worried is because they know that they're coming after extremely wealthy people. So they have that burden of proof and making sure. But they had steady progress. They did what they needed to do. They ticked all the boxes. They crossed all their T's. If this is like an ironclad, this iron tight thing, because they know for a fact it's an ending for them. Death. This is a death. This is an ending for them. They know it because it's on the top of them. Coming into this was they looked into their overindulgence, their social angst, the threes at crowd, the 3-party, the adultery, the affairs. They are so disgusted about everything and anything that's going on with all of that. And we also have the 10 of Pentacles. That's where I say that they know that they're going after extremely wealthy people. But you have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is they're also worried about them getting away with it because they know what it's like to deal with extremely wealthy people. But what they do is they get in and they fight well. They fight well because I also have the Knight of Swords with their bravery. Their bravery, and they fight well. We also have the Ace of Wands, where expanding their potential, and they're expanding their wealth. How they're doing it. They're putting their best people on the jury and all of this stuff. Then they could really have an extremely solid case against them. So these people, we have to really give some kudos and some respect to the people who have been working on these cases to come and get them. They have worked hard. They've been doing it for quite a while. They got the most intelligent people. That's what my cards say, that they're not coming empty.
Yeah.
They're not coming empty. So this is what's coming after them. I think they are also, like I said, they have a worry aspect of it. Like 9 times out of 10, extremely wealthy people get away with it. That they want to make sure that they do everything they can to keep that from happening. Wow. So that's what I got from them. I know.
Thank you so much, Sarah Jolly, for that generous donation. We really appreciate it. And thank you to Trisha Gallagher for that lovely super sticker and the $20 donation. We do appreciate it.
So, do you think that somebody said it in here? Do you think Ghislaine and Epstein and Gates had anything? Are they connected? Does anybody ever heard?
Do you think
Because
so?
of well, Florida is Florida, right? I mean, I
You
don't know.
mean, Gates and Ghislaine, or Bill Gates and Ghislaine?
No, Matt Gaetz and Epstein and Ghislaine. I mean, do you think that they would have anything?
Okay, let's take a look at that real quick, and then
Don't you think that they kind of hung out in different crowds, even different
I don't know.
generations? They were different generations, though, weren't they?
Maybe his father.
Yeah. I mean, like, I would think that that wouldn't be his crowd because they were 30 years older than 20, 30 years older. He would be hanging out with a younger crowd of jerks doing the same horrible things, right?
This is true. I just wondered.
do we have take a look at that real quick, and then
Okay.
Well, why don't we just
for having me on, I'm gonna have to get up because I can't sit any longer. If you're just
No, we're going to end here in a few minutes.
Okay, I have a broken foot.
Do we want to do one on the future of Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein investigation, and then
go to our question?
And then do our question. We'll call it a day. Did you need to stand? Lori's our guest. We've got to make her comfortable.
Of course,
she's a guest in our home, so we have anything we need, Laura.
I'm good to thank you. I'm good to do two more quick questions, and then I'll have.
Okay, no problem. We'll go ahead and
I have to shift weight.
So we're going to turn this into a blitz then, and so, the future of Ghislaine and the investigation into the sex trafficking.
Okay.
And
then do you guys remember your questions? If you could invent something, what would you invent? Ooh, steady progress is going on in her, putting in the effort. They're working on her, but it's gone dormant. She won't give it up. I also got changing the priorities. They're trying to do something different. She's not getting out of jail anytime soon because she has the tower. They're not letting her go until because she's delusional. She's really delusional. She's not doing anything. But it looks like maybe in the future she works with somebody. She's not doing anything. She's just sitting there rotten.
Oh, God. I mean, I get basically the same thing. It's about they're trying to find the money. It's not like what I always get when I get into these investigators, as horrible as it is for us. It's not about the child trafficking. It's about the triangular trade. You send slaves. It used to be slaves, booze, and guns. Now it's weapons, human trafficking, and drugs, right? So the main investigation has to do with triangular trade, and the human slavery was just one aspect. And they were doing it on the boats, and they thought that they had their own little countries on these boats. And then you have smoother waters coming for Ghislaine. I really feel this person could be physically moved or even removed from the United States. I always get this impression. I don't know if it's because she's also facing charges in Britain. If that's why we send her, but I just keep seeing her sent somewhere. And you're right, she's not doing anything. And it's all about how they made their money. It's all about the money and this whole massive nautical trade routes. They never stopped. The triangle trade never ended. That's basically the conclusion. There's always been a triangular trade, and there remains a triangular trade. And it's getting harder and harder to keep the triangular trade going if we've got intelligence agencies spying on you. And it's all about getting on the boat and monitoring the triangular trade.
What do you got, Lori?
She's having problems right now. She's being blocked by the big GOP donors and money and all the people that were involved with this. And the list, the book, the list is with Billy Barr. He's got the list, which Trump knows who's on it, of course, and that's why you have to go kiss the ring. But they end up, they make it like they're going to help her, offer her something. But then this is the end of the line for her. Something goes sour, really bad as her outcome card. So it looks like she tries to get some sort of a boost here, and then she does a face plant. So, and she could very well, she could turn on someone very prominent to get them in trouble. She may give up the name of somebody really important and to stick them stab them in the back for all that she's been through. But then she may go down.
That's just like a stalemate going on. You know, it's so weird. It's already been over a year that she's been there. But all right, so let's get on to our question. Whoever wants to answer it.
I thought it would be funny. What if there was a pill that you could invent that would make women as physically strong as men? And what would happen as a result of that pill? Say you go to a supermarket, or you can pick up a pill and you pop the pill and you will have just as much upper body strength as the average male. What would America look like after, say, 24 hours?
That would be pretty funny.
What would you invent, Lori?
Well, I had two selfish things come to mind first. I would create a pill that would heal a broken bone, of course. And then I would also invent something that would take the blue-green algae out of the lake. I would invent some sort of aerator a system that would save all the manatees and the dolphins and all our beautiful ocean babies. But ultimately, I would invent a cure for cancer. I had to give up the selfish and go for everyone.
Right. I agree. I mean, the cure for cancer has a lot to do with lifestyle sometimes, but absolutely. I would always go for pollution. I would want to invent something that is so big and so vast that not only do we force people to eliminate waste, we can also clean all of our waters and everything immediately. I know that there's a lot of people that have got this ocean cleaner that they drive it along and they get all the trash, and I want that to be bigger, better, and huge. And we have a severe punishment for trash. You know, people who throw trash into, like, severe. I don't care where you're at, what country you're from. I would invent a international law that if you throw something down. But that's just me. If I could invent something, that's what I would invent. A great big old huge thing that would clean our earth. So.
Well, you sound like Elon Musk, because that's his dream. He wants
that would be lovely.
He wants that's why he put that clean water system in Detroit.
Good. I gotta go talk to him. Let's see if we can figure it out.
Well,
he's got the money.
Well, he talked about it on he hosted SNL. Do y'all like him on SNL?
I
didn't talk about that for our celebrity gossip. He did a good job. He was funny.
Just give him a call, Sheila.
There you go. Call him up and say, hey, you got the money, I got the brains. Let's get it done.
There you go.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, Lori, for being here. This has been a blast. I'm so glad that we brought you on from the beginning, because I really enjoyed every bit of it. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Dr. Whimsy, for being here, of course. And, of course, Mila, who has a star role in the remote view.
Absolutely.
And everybody have a wonderful weekend, and peace out. Everybody smile pretty. Here we go. Oh, wait.